And this, over a period of time, will expand to include everybody in the world. Every human being is a potential family member. That is the concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That is the concept of patriotism in the Rebuild India framework of things. Yeah.
So there is one pattern, if we can observe here, even when we walk through the school or even in your ideologies, and that is the core instillance of Sanātana Dharma. So what does that mean to you?
See, you brought out two words,
right?
Sanātana and Dharma.
Correct.
Sanātana means something which is ancient, something which is timeless, forever. Correct. Dharma means, the definition of Dharma is dharayate iti Dharma. What I take upon myself to be followed as the guiding principles for my life. Okay? You go and do some trade. There is a Vyapara Dharma. What is Vyapara Dharma? Vyapara Dharma is you don't cheat your customers. You provide the best of your services and you charge fair. Give your service the right way. Take care of the interests of your customers and charge a fair price so that you also progress. That is Vyapara Dharma. There is Kutumba Dharma. There is Rashtra Dharma. There is, if there is an institution, there is that institutional Dharma. The idea of Dharma is an exclusively Indian concept. It's an Indian idea. Dharma doesn't mean religion. Dharma doesn't mean sect. Dharma doesn't mean anything that people. Dharma doesn't mean religion. Dharma doesn't mean sect. Dharma doesn't mean any exclusive idea of an association or an affiliation to something. Dharma means what you take upon yourself to comply with absolutely for your life. Now, Bhishma had Raja Dharma. The Dharma of Bhishma was complete commitment to the Raja. That is why, in spite of knowing that Duryodhana was an adharmi, Duryodhana was doing the wrong things, but Bhishma had taken upon himself the Dharma of being loyal to the king. He did it, he followed it, he complied with it till his death. So an individual who is clear with his principles will be known by the Dharma that he is following. Vibhishana had Rajya Dharma. Vibhishana is the brother of Ravana.
Correct.
Vibhishana had Rajya Dharma. For Vibhishana, the commitment to the welfare of his Rajya was his Dharma. That means, even if his brother who was the Raja, Ravana, was against the welfare of the state, he will go against the Raja, but he will not go against the Rajya. But for Bhishma, it was Raja Dharma, Rajanishta Dharma. He had taken the vow of being loyal to the king, not to the kingdom. So Bhishma is not an adharmi because he was on the side of the adharmis. Ravana was the king and the brother of Vibhishana. So Vibhishana went with Rama and betrayed Ravana. Vibhishana supported Rama. See, these are two contexts. One is from Mahabharata, one is from Ramayana. Okay. Vibhishana is the brother of Ravana. Vibhishana betrayed Ravana and took the side of Rama. Now, if you look at it from the point of view of Rajanishta Dharma, Vibhishana is a traitor, adharmi. But the Dharma that Vibhishana had taken was Rajyanishta Dharma. For him, the Dharma was loyalty to the Rajya, not to the Raja. For Bhishma, the loyalty was towards Raja, not to the Rajya. Both were extreme dharmic people. So when we say Sanātana Dharma, Hinduism, the religion that we follow, Hindu religion, draws its value system from Sanātana Dharma. Sanātana Dharma is like an ocean from which Hinduism is a stream of water that is being taken. Buddhism has its principles connected with Sanātana Dharma. Jainism has its connection with Sanātana Dharma. Sikhism has its connection with Sanātana Dharma. It's like a big ocean, or you consider it as a river. Sanātana Dharma is a vast river. You have a lot of things available there. You take some things from it, codify it for your daily practice, and that becomes your pantha. That is the religion. for lack of a better word to represent what dharma is, English considers dharma and pantha to be religion. So we are a Sanatan school. We are a Sanatan school. Rebuild India is a Sanatan organization which draws extensively from the Sanatan Dharmic principles. The Sanatan Dharmic principles are of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. If you say, what are the principles that will define Sanātana Dharma? It's an ocean. How can you define an ocean in a few words? So think about it like Sanātana Dharma strives to attain two principles, achieve two ends. One, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is a family. Sanātana Dharma doesn't say Vasudhayai ye manushyaha santi. It's not a kutumba of humans. It's not a kutumba of the humans of the world. It's a world family. That means it includes every living organism. So Sanātana Dharma says every living organism on the planet is one family. From there comes the principle of being kind, truthful, thinking about the welfare of others. Everything is drawn from that principle of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. You don't work to harm your family. And the second most important principle that I draw from the Sanātana Dharmic values is Ekam Sat Vipraha Bahuda Vadanti. The truth is one. People who realize the truth call it by different names. Everything is true. Sanātana Dharma rooted value systems never say, I am the only truth and everything else is wrong. The conflict in the world that is happening in the name of religion happens because people say, what I believe to be the truth is the only truth. Nothing else is true. Everything else is false or corruption of truth. Now somebody who is following that everything else is not okay to accept this. Why will somebody accept it? Because for that person that is the truth. For you what you believe to be true is true. For me what I believe to be true is true. If you tell me on my face that what I believe is the only truth and what you believe is false or a corruption of truth, there is the root cause of conflict. Sanātana Dharma doesn't lead to conflict. Sanātana Dharma says, Ekam Sat Vipraha Bahuda Vadanti. The truth is one. People who know the truth call it by different names. I understand truth limited to my ability to understand things. And I convey that truth that I have understood to somebody else in the way that I can communicate. I am limited by this body-mind consciousness. Now when I am limited by this body-mind consciousness, which is a framework, and I have experienced something that is bodiless, mindless, consciousless, it is Anadi Ananta. It has no form, it has nothing. When you experience nothingness within a thing and you want to express that nothingness in words, obviously two different people who arrive at an experience of something which is nothing and try to put it in words to express it to people who don't know what that thing is. You can think about the kind of complications that it happens.
Elephant story where there are four blind men.
Somebody touches different parts and they describe it the way they want. And elephant is finite. You think about an infinite being experienced, and that experience has to be brought into a finite framework, translated into thought, put into words or written into a book form and given to people who don't have an idea of what it is. And the people who get an idea from the person who experienced it start believing it because somebody who experienced it is a bigger person. And without an idea of understanding, without an iota of realization of what they are speaking about, they go on fighting that my truth is the only truth. When you root yourself in the Sanātana Dharma values, you don't have to experience, you don't have to understand. You just listen to this, you just believe Ekam Sat Vipraha Bahuda Vadanti and Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The truth is one, known people talk about it in different ways. Then you respect everybody. Somebody is talking about something which is exactly opposite to what you believe. When you tell in your mind Ekam Sat Vipraha Bahuda Vadanti, you tell that person, you tell to yourself that it's his truth. You respect it. You see that? So Sanatan values are universal values. Those are the principles that have which alone has the possibility of bringing about peace in the world, because Anything that says I am the only truth and everything else is wrong, or my truth is better than your truth, leads to creation of the world in superior inferior framework. And somebody who is told that he or she is inferior will revolt, conflict. So yes, Rebuild India value system, Rebuild India structure, Rebuild India framework is on the strong foundation of Sanatan values, Sanātana Dharma principles. And Sanātana Dharma is the earth on which the tree of Hinduism has grown. You cannot say the tree is the earth, or earth is only the tree. Hinduism derives its nourishment and nutrition from the mother earth of Sanātana Dharma. So this is our idea of Dharma and the basis of Rebuild India, which is the basis of Noble International School.